Hey y'all. So today's topic is grooming and its effects in adult life. You know, I I say what I'm told to say. Told meaning, I get these hits of information and things I'm supposed to share, and I'm just gonna follow it and see what happens because people need to hear things sometimes. You never know whose life you could be saving. That makes me mushy. You never know whose life. Ooh. Empath. So I felt somebody. You never know whose life you could save by just understanding their steps. So, I don't know where that came from or whose energy I was feeling, but that was really strong. Okay. Anyway. So, goodness. That was heavy. Whoever you are, I'm sorry for what they did to you. Truly. Because this isn't my energy. I was fine a second ago. Whoever it is that's going to hear this, so trigger warning. I need to put that out there. Trigger warning. Whoever's energy this is, I'm so sorry. And I understand. And don't give up. And I understand you want to leave this plane, but the way the Creator works is you may still have to come back here and learn this lesson. So even if you choose to leave now, the lesson still must be learned. So in order for you to evolve spiritually, you might as well, I can't make that decision for other people. I shouldn't word it that way. You're going to have to learn the lesson anyway. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, back to what I was talking about now that I've gotten over whatever that emotional rush was. The effects of grooming and how it manifests itself in adult life. So I was thinking about how being a child, you believe that relationships with adults, you have no power most times because we tend to punish that what the heck, I gotta fix this brain. We tend to punish any behavior that is believed to be defiant. And in order for a child to feel as though they can defend themselves, they need to be able to say no or tell someone, get off of me, or don't touch me, or don't touch my hand. And a lot of times we teach our children that this is rude. It's not rude. It's their way of setting boundaries. And when we inhibit them from setting personal boundaries for themselves as toddlers, because I see this most often with toddlers when they first begin to say no or stop, or an adult wants to get upset. Well, they're small, but they have their own spirit, they have their own set of rules, and you don't know who they're going to be in the future. That has yet to be determined. So you don't get to tell them how they should express their likes and dislikes. You don't get to do that. So anyway, I was thinking about that and how children are trained to comply. And then the child becomes an adult and believes that in their relationships, especially ones of abuse, that they have no physical power, they have no verbal power, and they have no sexual power because all their lives they've been told to be nice, or don't say that, or don't do that. Stop doing that. We're creating a generation of weak people who just follow like sheep. And as you can see by the state of our social structure now, that's not the path that we should be taking for future generations on. So And many are unaware that this has happened to them. So those of us that become aware and want to change it can go through decades I'm looking at my notes, going through decades of trying to reprogram themselves. So stop letting your children sit on strangers' laps and start with Santa Claus. We have a picture of my granddaughter. Daycare made her sit on Santa's lap. And the look that she gave this man, because we allow her to express her no's and don'ts and stops. So when she was forced at daycare to sit on this man's lap, the look of horror on her face, like, who is this, is exactly what should occur. She doesn't know him. She should have not been forced to comply. And see, these are the first steps to your children being open to grooming, because you force them to be in the presence and be kind to people that you don't know, that you don't trust, but because of some idea of some ritual or because that's all it is. Because of some ritual you've been taught, now you're teaching next generations to be weak and to comply. We don't need more complacent people. We need strong warriors who are going to go against the grain. So stop doing that. Stop letting your children sit on anyone's laps, male or female, because we have become such a perverted society, even females are compliant in grooming practices. And I'm going to tell you why. They allow their children to be behind closed doors with men that they don't know that well. They allow their children to go places with men that you're not sure about. Why would you trust your child, especially one that isn't of speaking age, to be with someone you're unsure about? Watch for changes in your child's behavior. Pay attention. They're not just being bad most of the time. Most of the time there is an emotional reason for this behavior, and you've ignored it. Because you being titillated or in a relationship and receiving semblance of love because this same person could be, well, shit, you're unsure of this person, so enough said. Stop doing it. Please stop doing it. Stop. Trust me, I know. Being a parent is one of the most difficult things you'll ever do. But the best thing that happened to me was having children, because it gave me a mirror into the mistakes I was making and ones that my parents made also. So now with my grandchildren, I'm not having it. We have to do better. When you know better, you can do better. And I'm going to leave it there because I've talked way too long. But anyway, that's message for today, y'all. I'll be back later. Okay, love y'all.